42nd International Reggae and World Music Awards Show is coming to the Coral Springs Center for the Arts, Fort Lauderdale on Sunday, March 20, 2025. Celebrate the biggest names in reggae and world music as we bring nations together through music and culture. Early bird tickets are on sale now. Don't miss out. Grab yours today at thecentercs.com or irama.com and book your stay for an unforgettable weekend. Hurry, prices go up after Thanksgiving. Follow us on social media and visit our website www.irawma.com for more details. The 42nd Irama Show, where the world comes to celebrate music.
Greetings, one and all. How you doing? Can you hear your brother? Can you hear your brother? Can you hear your brother? If you could hear me now, put the number 1 in the chat. If you could hear me now, put the number 1 in the chat. I hope everybody's doing well today. What a beautiful day we are having. It's overcast out here in Georgia, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm loving every moment of it. You know? It's all good, and I'm loving every moment of it. All right, the overcast. How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling today? Yeah, I got my skull cap on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm feeling good. How y'all doing on Instagram? How y'all doing today? This was inspired by the one, the only, late, great Reverend Ike. You can't lose with the right attitude. That part. You can't lose with the right attitude. And I know we all go through our ups and downs and all of that, and it's good. It's good. It's good that we go through ups and downs. That it lets you know that you're human. So when you do something with a bad attitude, or your attitude ain't up to par, it lets you know that you're human and you're always working on yourself in this realm. When you add 2 plus 11 plus 20, 25, it adds up to 2038. And when you add that all across, that adds up to a number 13, which today is a number 13 for frequency. So this is one of those universal days. Although the personal number is the number 11, which deals with that runway of inspiration that comes from within, but also comes from without. Because 11 is one of the spiritual teaching numbers, the spiritual guidance number. And if you read my book at all, if you go into my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability, which I do advise to get, because I do have I touch on multiple systems of numerology in the book. And then number 11 is the symbol of new beginnings and the ability to be a master of wisdom and efficiency acquired during the past cycles from 1 to 10. So 11 is a master number of spiritual development. So today being the number 11, and it's a master number. And when you add it all together, it breaks down to the number 13, which is the number 4. And remember, number 13 is the symbol of power and dominion, and it has to be properly used. The number 4, if you read my book, is also the symbol of the square, laying foundation. So today is a good day to lay a foundation for whatever you want to build, whatever you want to start, whatever you want to communicate, because when you add the 2, plus 11, plus 2025 adds up to 2038. And I always do that the old method of adding month on top of day on top of year for a reason. Because when you do add it across, you can add 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, and that adds up to a number 13. It gets you directly to the number 13. However, when you look at it from a holistic perspective, The 2038 means something individually. 20, of course, is the number of awakening, discernment, awakening to some new purpose. The 38 adds up to a number 11, but 38 has its own distinct meaning in compound numerology, as I've shared with you numerous times on my channel. 38 has actually the same meaning as the number 29 in compound numerology, and can be a number that indicates uncertainty, can be a number that indicates treachery and deception, can be a number that indicates trials and tribulation and unexpected danger and unreliable friends. So that 2038, these are all things that you have to look out for, positive and negative, but also it's alerting you because it adds up to a number 13 that adds up to a number 4. It's also alerting you to be careful of secret haters or having any type of secret hatred for yourself and what you want to accomplish in this realm. Because although the number 4 can be the number of secret haters. And as you know, a person like our dear brother Billy Carson, who I'm giving away 2 of his books today, but you have to pay for shipping and handling. And the shipping and handling for these books are $25 or $30. The shipping and handling for these books are $30 because the books themselves individually cost $23. This is the fractal. This individually costs $24, and the Epic of Humanity costs $23. So I have to shipping and handling will cost me $30. So if you want this book, you want these 2 books to be mailed to you, all you have to do is text me right now at the number 347-496-1022. I'm giving them away, but you have to pay for shipping and handling. So you can text me right now at 347-496. The first person that texts me right now at 347-496-1022. And if you can also circulate the funds through either PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle, or for PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle. If you text me right now at that number 347-496-1022, I will send you the book, as I'm going to be mailing out books this week and next week. So if you want these 2 books, if you ain't get them yet, The Epic of Humanity by Billy Carson and The Fractal Holographic Universe by Billy Carson, free books. Giving you away free books, but you got to pay for shipping and handling, which is $30. Each book, the Humanity book actually costs $23. And the Emerald Tablet book costs $23. No, the Fractal Universe book costs $24. So, hey, look, you're paying a good deal. You're just paying for shipping and handling, and that's probably $15 each. It is what it is. So once you text me, if you want to text me, if you want the book, beautiful. And, I think both of these books are very important because it helps to guide you to the higher level of humanity. This particular book, as I was reading it and studying it, it helps you to guide you to the higher level of understanding and understanding humanitarian, being a human. But because we're in a number 9 year, 9 is known as the number of humanitarian. 9 is known as the humanitarian. Okay? That's what, 9 is known as the humanitarian. Very important that you recognize that. So this book would definitely be good to have in this number 9 year because it will help you to enhance your humanity, the epic of humanity. And then this book is good because he's dealing with the fractal holographic universe, dealing with the matrix code reveal. So the first person that really texts me and can pay today, not next week, not tomorrow, pay today for the books, I will definitely get these books out to you. And my number is 347-496-1022, 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. 347-496-1022. And those who want my other books, those who want a signed copy of my books, please text me right now at 347-496-1022 if you want my limited signed copies of my books for Melanin Month. For February's Melanin Month special, all you have to do is text and say you want my book, Numerovation, signed copy. Signed copy. I will sign your name and everything to it, so you can have those books right there for you. All right, we'll mail them out to you. So okay, and just want to let people know that Billy Carson's book, I'm going to be giving out a few of them within the week. So every day you get a chance to win 2 books from Billy Carson, just to show love for humanity and keeping you at a higher level of humanity. So that's what I'm about to do, especially for the rest of this month. Also, I want to remind everybody, those that have joined the membership, the memberships are only $99, $9.99, $9.99 per month. Tonight, like I said, like I assured you, I don't make promises, I assure people. Tonight, we are doing the Q&A, exclusive Q&A with King Simon me, February 11th, for members only. So join now, King Simon Presents, and it's going to be happening at 6 p.m. tonight. Tonight, I am doing private Q&A with the members only for an hour, from 6 to 7 p.m., because I think after that, I'm going to be jumping on Brother Rich's show to talk about, recap on the show on the 9 Ether God Fest. All right. So if you join the membership right now, it's only $9.99 tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guess what? You can come and hang out with me online, live and direct, and talk to me directly. Talk to me directly. All right. You can come on the line and actually come on and show your face, cam up. I'm gonna share all of that. I'm gonna share all of that. Okay. So tonight is gonna be very good. So those that are members, come on out. We're gonna have a good time. Memberships are growing, and I'm loving that. I'm loving that the memberships are growing. I'm having a good time just teaching my lessons, because in the membership, that's where you get all of these lessons, especially from a numerovational perspective. Now, somebody just texted me. Okay, so that person will have to send $30. Send $30. Big up to that person that just texted me. Okay, send 30. I think they do have my send 30 and mailing address. And I'm going to be giving them out every day. Mailing address, full name and mailing address. They have to send me full name and mailing address, and I will send these 2 books during my mailing session. Okay. Again, I'm giving away Epic of Humanity, because this is a number 9 personal year. And remember, 9, the main consensus of all numerologists out there, that the number 9 is one of the numbers for humanity, humanitarian service. So this is a good book to have to help raise the frequency of your humanity and others. And of course, I'm giving out the fractal holographic universe, Okay. Fractal holographic universe. That's going to be very important. Fractal holographic universe. And it's important that you realize that, these lessons are very important. And these different things that we do are very important if you are open to that. Very important if you're open to it. Now, for those that are on my channel for the first time, I teach from the board, baby. I teach from the board. Sometimes I do a PowerPoint. I teach lessons to help give you guidance. Today's lesson is you can't lose with the right attitude. And I was just talking to my son about that, also about this attitude that we have to maintain no matter what's going on, because they are trying as much as they can to lower your frequency with all the distractions. And I'm not telling people not to prepare, But I'm telling people to be aware that it's important that you look at things for what they are, the illusions that they like to cast, because those illusions that they cast out is there to destroy your attitude, destroy the altitude of your attitude, and bring your attitude to a lower altitude. Because with the right attitude, not the wrong attitude, that's when you excel. With the right attitude, not the wrong attitude, that's when you excel. You know, that is very important that we recognize and open our mind to where we need to go and how to maintain a right attitude. You know, sorry, just responding to somebody. Text me on Thursday. You know, so it's very important that we maintain. And you know, when I looked at the mathematics of the word right attitude, I found some very interesting numbers, and I'm going to throw this in the front, throw this to the front, so y'all can see it for yourself. That I'm not just doing this for naught. I'm really about this life. And again, some of us go through bad attitudes because humans, that's what we do. We go through ups and downs in our life. Sometimes things can be very strenuous, and sometimes people want to get a part of us but don't know what we're going through as individuals. So the words right attitude adds up to a number 35 in the modern system of numerology, and the word right adds up to 35, and the word attitude adds up to a number 28. Before I even break them down to the number 10 or the 1, remember that the compound numbers mean something. But when I added both of them up, it added up to the number 63. 63 adds up to a number 9. 9 is still the number of higher level of humanity, higher level of creativity, higher level of love, higher level of service. So with the right attitude, you have to also bring about the right level of service and guidance, because 9 is there. 6 and 3 has its own distinct meaning also. In compound numerology, that number 63 has its own distinct meaning also. So when I look up the meaning for 63, that is the number of passion, creativity, a vibration of great strength. The number 63, vibration of great strength and compassion, having a deep desire to uplift the world and create something of value for others. So when you have the right attitude, you came to uplift your world or other people's world. That is what you need to understand when you start seeing the number 63 showing up constantly in your life, or being a reminder, or when you reach that age. Because as long as the vibration of the 63 represents being passionate, creative, no matter if you reach that age of that age, if you still got all your bearings, you should be doing the right thing. And this vibration is a number of great strength, compassion, a deep desire to uplift the world. And it deals with artistic abilities that should be pronounced when you start seeing it. So when you have the right attitude about something, when you have a right attitude about something, your artistic abilities are pronounced, because 6 deals with balance and harmony and truth, justice, reciprocity, and healing and beauty. 3 deals with expansion, creativity, self-expression. 9 deals with completing, finishing what you start, ending, seeing it through the whole process. So maintaining a right attitude is very important to see things to its ending. If you understand what I'm saying, put the number 1 in the chat. If you understand what I'm saying. If you understand what I'm saying, put the number 1 in the chat. If you understand and understand what I'm saying, put the number 1 in the chat. Mm-hmm. If you understand and understand what I am saying, put the number 1 in the chat. It's not a game. Not a game. Having the right attitude is not a game. And I know in a society that's always trying to bring you down, I know it's important for you to develop this right attitude. I know it's important for you to develop this right attitude. And don't be afraid to work on yourself, to develop yourself, to build on yourself, to do the necessary work for yourself, and tell those young people out there they have to do it too. Because a lot of the music that they're listening to is bringing them down and taking it away from them. You can't lose with the right attitude. I don't care if you're going for a job, if you're starting a business, you can't lose with the right attitude. You can't. And again, this was inspired by the late, great Reverend Ike. I was listening to one of his sermons today. This was inspired by him. You know, this was inspired by the late, great Reverend Ike. And Reverend Ike wasn't no joke when it came to manifesting things. Reverend Ike wasn't a joke when it came to manifesting things, family. Reverend Ike was not a joke when it came to manifesting what he wanted to manifest in his life. That's why he wrote the book. That's why Reverend Ike wrote the book, The Science of Living. Science of Living. Go and get that book. Yes, he's a Christian minister and pastor and reverend, but he was a metaphysical Christian pastor and reverend. He's a metaphysical Christian pastor and reverend. So again, today's topic is a very sensitive topic to many people. It's a very sensitive. It's a very sensitive topic to many people because a lot of people are suffering from maintaining the right attitude. A lot of people are suffering from or trying to or striving to maintain the right attitude in a world that keeps on promoting the madness and keeps on bringing you down. Keeps on bringing you down. And also, and when you're being brought down by either media or music or movies or whatever, what people around you, that can hinder your path of having the right attitude when you need to develop the path of having the right attitude. And it takes work. It takes work. When I say it takes work, believe me when I say it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. And I'm not going to front about it. Believe me, I've gone through a lot of the madness myself. And I still keep a smile on my face for a reason. I still keep a smile on my face for a reason. Yes, I have all my teeth. But, you know, even in the mental health world, they say the signs of mental illness can be presented as a smile because some people will smile through all their traumas and dramas, and then all of a sudden something happened to them. All of a sudden something happened to them. All of a sudden something happened to them. Like for instance, Robin Williams. Everybody would think Robin Williams, the comedian Robin Williams, the late great Robin Williams from Mork and Mindy and all those great movies that he's done, all those great comedy shows that he's done as a comedian, you would think that Robin Williams had this great attitude. Anytime you met him, as I've heard from certain comedians or friends of mine that have met him, he always had this great attitude. very enthused, always. You felt there was a right attitude to have as a comedian, but yet this man unalives himself and takes himself off the planet. A lot of people don't realize that you have to be able to protect who you are and what you are and protect your mind at all costs. He was born on the 21st, and those who have studied my books know that the number 21, which adds up to a number 3 is one of the numbers of mental health, can attract either the negative or the positive of mental health. The number 3 is the number of nervous breakdown, nervous issues that can lead to depression. So Robin Williams, the comedian, unalived himself. And a lot of people don't realize that the smile that you see people walking with every day can be a smile that's letting you know that I'm calling for help. If they're not talking about it, if they're not speaking about it, if they're not willing to release it. And I gotta commend the newer generation nowadays, that they're seeking therapy and going into all of that. They're doing therapy and all of that, and I'm proud of that. You know, therapy is very important. Therapy is very important. You know, and don't be afraid to get therapy if you have to. Now, don't let them feed you all types of madness, of course. Don't let them feed you all types of drugs, because there are natural herbs that can help you to handle depression and mood swings and all that. There's natural herbs for that. I know Dr. Layla Africa used to sell it before, years ago. So don't let people try to induce you with medicines. That can cause other things and other problems. So maintaining the right attitude is when you have the right attitude about certain things, even if you are going through this depression, and if you are going through depression and you're going through any type of mental strain or nervous breakdown, even that right attitude, by listening to motivational things, listening to people that's motivating you, listen to music that keeps you on a higher frequency, a higher vibration. That's the right attitude you need to have. And that's what you need to employ and teach your children, how to guide and give them, and why they need to, from young, you need to constantly play the right tones and right frequencies in their head. So from young, they'll grow up as an adult doing the right thing and being in the right mindset. Because myself, raised around a father that used to play a lot of good music, a lot of good soul music, a lot of good reggae music, a lot of good soca music, a lot of good music, helped me to, every time I think about music, every time I listen to music, especially good music, it puts me in a good vibe. And then when I read and connected my numbers, I realized, being born under that alignment number 3, when you add the month plus the day, that first pinnacle of your life, that alignment, that achievement number, when you add the month and the day, that's what I was supposed to align with: music, expression, expressive vibrations, things that brought me happiness and joy. So to the point that I won't go to bed without watching a comedy show or watching something that's funny. Like last night, I watched 2 episodes of Blacklist with Spader. His birthday just passed. The Blacklist, and I've watched it over and over. I just like how he speaks and how he presents himself as a criminal. But before I go to bed, after I've watched the shoot 'em up, bang bang movies for 2 hours, then I'll watch comedy for 2 hours before I go to bed. So I'll watch, series, a whole series with my wife and kids. Or I'll watch the Bernie Mac show just to keep me laughing and going on and having fun. Going to bed, because you don't ever want to go to bed with the wrong attitude, or you'll end up dreaming about the stuff that you just watched before you went to bed. So when I went to bed and went to sleep, I dreamt, instead of dreaming about shoot 'em up, bang, bang, kill, kill, and all that kind of stuff, I dreamt about sitting down at a dinner, at a major dinner. It looked like a food tasting dinner with myself, and next to me was KT, the arts degree, and his girlfriend. And we knew the chef. Some reason her face her face was kind of blurred, but we both knew the chef. That's why we came out to support this sister. And I think she was serving vegan food, vegetarian. She had vegan options. But I woke up with a nice attitude of being at a beautiful restaurant because I went to bed with the right attitude of laughter. And that's why I tell people, if you're going to go to bed, if you're going to watch the ratchet stuff and the crazy stuff, please go to bed and watch at least an hour or two of comedy before you go to bed, or listen to some high frequency vibration before you go to bed. That's very important, even towards your children. You got to show them to do that, because when you look at the vibration of these numbers of the word, again, right attitude adds up to 63, which is a 9, which is the highest single digit number on the chart. So you're supposed to raise your vibration, because the negative of the number 9 is destructive. The negative of the number 9 is contention, arguments. And sometimes you could have inner arguments with yourself, because this is an intuitive fire number that you can have inner battles with yourself with that number 9 energy. And because we're in the number 9 year, we can also be going through battles with ourselves if we don't find balance, the number 6, and not find a willingness to expand and grow. And when I broke down the number right attitude in the Chaldean system, or the vintage system of numerology, it added up to the number 44. 44 is the number of trusting in the order of the universe. So with your right attitude, you need to trust the order of the universe. Trust that the universe is guiding you to be your best. Trust that the universe is guiding you to be in the right attitude so you can have the right altitude to accomplish your goals. Trust. You got to have trust. That's what the 44 is, the master number of discipline, master number of dedication. So for you to have the right attitude, you have to be dedicated. You can't play with this. That's why when I was listening to Reverend Ike this morning, I get up and I'll relax in bed and I'll do the gratitude prayers and meditation and all that, drink my water, all that, get out the bed, do a little shake and do a little workout, and boom, 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 get my workout in. I try to get my at least 100 to 200 push-ups a day, trying to get my stuff in, doing my jumping jacks, all that kind, keeping my energy up, building my right attitude. So when I was listening to Reverend Ike and he said that wasn't the name of his lecture, but he said you can't lose with the right attitude. I said, oh man, I got to talk on that, sir. I got to talk on that. Thank you, Reverend Ike. Because he's one of the people that used to say, you can't lose with the stuff I use. That's what Reverend Ike used to say. He was so sure about his lessons and his teachings. The late, great Reverend Ike. Make sure you get his book. Make sure you get his book. This is the truth. There's nothing wrong with having a good attitude, family. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with it. And you got people that wake up, bad attitude, arguing, the face look all miserable and scrunched it up, and to the point you got young people doing it. They looking older than me, and I'm 58 years of age. They looking older than me. Because you got bad attitude. Your bad attitude will bring you to a lower altitude. Bad attitude will bring you to a lower altitude. It's not only physically, but also spiritually and mentally. So today's lesson is you can't lose with the bad attitude, with the right attitude. You can't lose with the right attitude. You definitely lose with a bad attitude, but you can't lose with a right attitude. If you understand what I'm saying on another level, please put the number 9 in the chart. If you understand what I'm saying, put the number 9 in the chart. Put the number 9 in the chat, man. You gotta have a good attitude. You gotta have a good attitude. I don't care what's going on. You gotta have it. because I've gone into rural areas of Jamaica and they hardly had anything. But the children, them laughing and climbing mango trees and climbing coconut trees, just having fun. That's why it's good for adults to start thinking like children, but work like an adult. In other words, while you're thinking in the joyous, youthful mindset of a child, you work like an adult, you do what you have to do, take care of your bills, do what you have to do, but still smile, still laugh, still maintain a good attitude. Attitude. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for the reminder also, brother, brother Randall. Yes. Thank you very much. He circulated $9.99. Thank you very much for that circulation. You know, because somebody texted me and DM'd me the other day, right? And she happens to be she was at the gathering of the masters, and not the gathering, at the 9th of Godfest. But you know what happened? I was busy handling the door and everything else and wanting people to move in and move in. This sister, she wants to stop and talk and saying, I'm saying, sister, please, I'm trying to handle something and keep this thing moving. She wants to stand there. But, you know, people get into their own feelings and don't understand that there's a whole lot going on at these events. I'm not new to doing massive events. I've done events with partners at Madison Square Garden. I've done events with people with 30,000 people, and we had to be focused. So she took offense because I just said, sister, you got to move to that. So she said, oh, brother, you know, you just shoved me to the side and I didn't feel right and all that kind of stuff. And I said, and I apologized. I said, see, you don't know what was going on. People was trying to sneak in. All kinds of stuff was going on. She don't know what's going on in that environment because she ain't doing that. She's not doing the event. I'm looking out and working with Brother Rich. I'm part of the team. Because and for that moment, you got to have that right attitude. That if somebody is working and handling a door, handling something, you don't stand there and want to do all kind of conversation with that person. You wait until that person finish doing what they're doing and then converse with them. But because she got into her feelings, I said, all right, you got into your feelings. I text her back, got into her feelings. And, oh, you got into your feelings. Cool. But you got to realize that I am human, and when I am doing my work to help somebody out to maintain a flow of their audience, I'm focused. I'm one person that's focused, but when I get on that stage, I see I'm vibrant and full of energy because I don't have to focus on that no more. I don't have to focus, and people got to realize that all of us have our days. But I know I didn't mean to be disrespectful to that lady, but that lady just wanted to have my attention. That means I would have to turn around to give her my attention and not look at the door while people are coming in and coming out to keep the flow. That would be disrespectful to my job and my thing working with Brother Rich, because I'm part of that team. So people don't realize that, if I say this, look, I'm doing this, please. So I had to, because people were moving in the crowd, so I had to move her quickly. I moved her slightly like a martial artist do. I move her real slightly, and she felt like she called it shove. If I shove you, I'm shoving you like this. This is what I do. That's a shove. I did not shove her. Because if I would have shoved her, everybody would have seen that. Because when I've shoved people to get out of my way, somebody tried to rob me one time and I shoved them. I know what a shove is. But I moved her slightly out the way so I can deal with what I had to deal with. And that sister didn't understand that, and she got upset. But that's the martial arts in me. I know how to maintain a crowd. I know how to do crowd control. I've done security since 1980s. But people don't realize the importance of maintaining a certain form of discipline and also being able to read the room. I know how to read a room and read what's going on even at the door. And that is a problem. And that's the right attitude I have. Her attitude went the other way because she felt slighted because I didn't give her my attention while I'm doing my work at the door. And and people don't realize in the Nation of Islam training, they gave us general orders. And I still have them general orders in my head to this day. Walk my post in a perfect manner, keeping always on the alert. That's what we was taught. to walk our post in a perfect manner, keeping always on the alert, no matter what's going on, with cordial, with respectful. But I know I did not shove that lady. But she took it in her feelings and wanted to exaggerate it. If it was that deep, then she should have started arguing with me if I really shoved her, because I know what a shove is. I've shoved people before at a security gig where I had to take somebody down. I know what a shove is. Or get somebody off of me if they're trying to rob me or whatever. I know what a shove is. But again, you know, a lot of people don't understand. Thank you very much. He literally ran full sprint from the door to the stage. Yes, people know. Whoever was there knew I was on point, because we got things on time. We had to keep things on time because these people will overcharge us or charge us extra money if we go overtime. Thank you very much, Holistica, one of my modders in the building. King Simon's energy was unmatched. I seen him running around everywhere. People don't really realize what I'm going through at that point. But thank y'all very much that recognized it. I've been doing this since I was 12 years old. People don't realize I've been doing this. And that's what I had to maintain a right attitude, but you have to compartmentalize your attitude also. You got to know when to hold them. Know when to greet them, know when to smile at them, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessing. That's not how the song goes, but I'm just singing it. You just gotta know when to compartmentalize your dissemination of your energy. And that's what I learned to do over the years, how to disseminate my energy in different venues. So that sister got upset, and I apologized to her. I let her know that you don't really know what was going on. That's why we caught a few people trying to sneak in, people trying to sell their jewelry without vending or not being part of the vendors. They're doing all kinds of stuff. They were doing too much, and it gets monotonous a lot of times in those venues. I've worked Madison Square Garden and Radio City Music Hall. I've worked Randall's Island. That's 20 to 30,000 people I've worked. I've worked Steeplechase Park in Coney Island. Worked these places at the door on the stage doing security. People don't know what I've been through with this stuff. So I know the tricks and the games and all the kind of stuff. And I know when you recognize when people are doing their work, the audience got to maintain a right attitude when dealing with somebody dealing with a lot of stuff going on. And that's what we're going to probably talk about when Brother Rich do the recap. I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to pull nothing back, because nothing was born. Nothing was bad about the 9th of Godfest, but those little glitches could have become more if everybody wasn't on point. You got to be on point. Those who train or those who've done security got to be on point. So the right attitude helps us to maintain the right altitude with dealing with people, dealing with upset people, dealing with people that just don't understand what's going on because they're sensitive, or dealing with people that's overly sensitive. You got to have the right attitude. So I didn't blast her on the DM. I apologized to her and kept it moving. I said what I had to say and kept it moving. But she didn't respond to it. So I said, all right, you ain't gonna respond to that. You don't feel, I guess you still in your feeling. I blocked her. Keep it moving. I ain't got no time for that energy around me anyway. Got no time for that energy. If they don't want to understand, if people don't want to understand what you're doing at a particular time when you're doing your work, then you got to leave them alone. You got to keep it moving. That's one thing about me. I keeps it moving. So now I want to get to the lesson part, because now we're like 47 minutes in. But before I get to the lesson, the full lesson, remember what the word attitude means. What the word right attitude means. The word right attitude mean having a positive way of thinking and perception. A positive way of thinking, even when you think it's all wrong or things are going wrong in the media. Make sure you maintain your right attitude. And it could also mean having the right attitude, the right attitude to work in civic education, such as honesty, integrity, regularity, commitment, discipline, punctuality, consistency, diligence, and transparency. That's why I'm transparent with y'all right here on my show, because that's about having the right attitude. That's about having the right attitude, being transparent, being consistent, being diligent, being punctual, being committed, being honest, and having integrity. That's about having the right attitude. And if you don't have the right attitude, or you don't have none of those components, then your attitude might be shifting somewhere else. Can I get an amen in the chat? Can I get an amen in the chat? Amen or a woman in the chat, please. Before we go to the lessons, I gotta take a swig of my water. Now, last thing before we go to the lesson that I wrote out. Last thing before I go to the lesson about the word attitude. The word attitude, it's a noun that means a settled way of thinking or feeling about someone or something, typically one that is reflected in a person's behavior. That's what the word attitude, when you Google up the dictionary meaning attitude, when you Google up the dictionary meaning of attitude, then it says a position of a body of the body proper to or implying an action or mental state. So they got a whole lot of meanings, but I wanted to stay with that noun. A settled way of thinking or feeling about someone or something, typically one that is reflected in a person's behavior. Now, the word attitude, if you notice, what do you notice in the word attitude? Where do you see the master numbers in the word attitude? Look at it. Where do you see the master numbers in the word attitude? What master numbers do you see in the word attitude, family? Please put it in the chat. What master numbers do you see in the word attitude? Please put it in the chat. I'm about teaching, family. What master numbers do you see in the word attitude? I'm pointing right at it. What math? Very good. 22. What else? What else are the numbers? What else do we see? Come on now, because that's the Pythagorean and that's the Chaldean. What else do we see? We see two master number frequency from two different systems. There it is. There you go. There you go. Now you see it. Both of them. See? Y'all looking at that and y'all looking at the top, but y'all not looking at the bottom. Some people just put 22, but they didn't look at the bottom because they see they got the stick in the way. They think the stick was in it. But when you look at the word from two different perspectives, that's why I always tell people to look at things from a holistic perspective. So when you have 22 and 44 in the word attitude, the master building number adds higher potential to this word. That means if you want to have the right attitude, you got to be willing to masterfully build it and have an architectural mentality to maintain this building of this master frequency within the word. And because 44 is the master number of dedication and trusting in the order of the universe, that 44, that means with the right attitude or with an attitude, you got to be willing to be dedicated to maintaining a positive and productive attitude in whatever you do. That's what it means when you see these master number frequencies in your name or in your birthday. If you see them, you got to look at them for what they stand for, the strength and their interpretation. Because if you have, like Shakira has a master number double O's. So when you look at Shakira Moore's name on her flyer is the double O's you see. You see the double O's right there. So the name Moore, as spelled on that on her name there, that's the double 6 in the Pythagorean system and the double 7. The master number of healing and expression is the double 6. The master number of 7 of research and digging deep and adaptability is the 77. In that double O, just because the name Moore has the double O in it. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? If you understand what I'm saying and understand or overstand what I'm saying, put the number 1 in the chat. So when you see doubling letters, even in your namesake, not just in words, in your namesake, that's the master number frequency there. There's a master number frequency there. always the master number frequency. Even in the name Millicent, if you look at the name Millicent, look at Millicent and Simmons. She has double L's and double M's. In the Pythagorean and the Chaldean system, the double L's is 33, 33, and the double M's is 44, 44. So when you're looking at these names, your name, my name, everybody's name that might have double letters in it, always, even though it may add up to something else, always remember that the master numbers reveals the higher potential of that particular word or that particular name. And you can use those higher potential frequencies within your name, within your birthday, within your middle name, even if you don't use your middle name, even if you don't use your last name, no, if you got double letters in it, you can go and pick at it and grab it, because numbers came to guide you. They did not come to control you. They came to guide you. They did not come to control you. They came to help you to navigate better in a realm that's going to reveal its angel numbers and its positive and its negative. That's why I'm writing my version of angel books, angel numbers books. That's why I'm writing my version of it. Numerovational angles and angel number book. That's why I'm writing my version, because I want to make sure people see from multiple aspects, because most angel numbers book, they only give you the positive because they want to reflect the word angel all the time. But you got to remember that to every positive, there is a negative. And if there's a high and a low to a master number, that's why when people are born under master numbers or connected to the master numbers in any way, they can go through a lot of hardship because they don't know how to wield this power. Because with great power comes great responsibility. With a great attitude, it comes great responsibility also. And with a poor attitude, it comes great responsibility. Because if you got a poor attitude, guess what? When you have a poor attitude, that also brings a vibration of poor performance, poor conversation, poor relationships, poor business ethics, poor job performance. When you have a poor attitude, and then you look at the word poor, what do you see now? When you look at the word poor, what do you see? The poor is two O's. So no matter what it adds up to, this represents the 66, this represents the 77. So it even adds more energy to your poor madness or your poor bullcrap or your poor attitude. Because the 66 can have its negative, just like the 77 can have its negative. Just like the 22 can have its negative, and the 44 can have its negative. That's why I always say people that are wielding these power mathematics, these divine digital codes, with great power comes great responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. So what we're going to do is go to the lesson right now. We're going to take a quick break so y'all can go to the bathroom for a minute. Go take a quick break. And do remember to share, like, and subscribe. And do remember you can also spread super chat. You can press that $ button on the bottom of your phone. You could do super chat. You could do a PayPal. If that's what you do, you could do Venmo. If you're enjoying the lesson, let's spread love the righteous way. Let's spread love the righteous way. Also, if you want to take my class that's coming up, my workshop that's coming up, the early bird tickets, I think today is the last day for the early bird tickets. You can actually go to my Linktree. You can actually go to my Linktree to get the tickets for the early bird. I just posted it in the chat. You can actually go to my Linktree, because this class is going to be this class is called the Grammar of Numerovation and how to consciously articulate it. the grammar of numerovation and how to consciously articulate it, where I will be sending you down the rabbit hole of what the jargon is, what the old school jargon is going back to 1931 to the new school jargon to me and what Lloyd and certain other new people might be saying as far as speaking about. But I want people to consciously articulate it the way they feel fit and what they vibrate to. I want you to constantly and consciously add your own, because that's why I created Numerovation. I couldn't settle for just numerology. I couldn't settle for just astronumerology, which one of my Jesuits taught, Lloyd Strayhorn. I couldn't settle for just numerologics. I had to create something and then put it in a lexicon dictionary so it can become part of the written word in this language. So in the next 50 to 100 years, it's going to be part of this language. It's already in the online language of AI and everybody else. As soon as you say who is the founder of Numerovation, my name comes up in all kinds of stuff. Breaking down what it is, an innovative way of motivating people through numbers. It says it. When you put it in AI, it's real talk. I'm like, wow. Or if you Google my name and said, who is the founder of Numerovation? My name and all my stuff that's coming up is going to come up. That's just what it is. So Numerovation means motivating you with your numbers in an innovative way, using motivational principles from what I've learned through Les Brown and Jan Levalzano, or whatever you may pick up. Whoever motivates you, you can add it to your learning of numerovation and learning how to utilize it, because the word numerology was created in 1907 by a woman named Dr. Julia Seton. It's not Julian Stratton or Staten. It's Dr. Julia Seton. They try to take it away from the woman, but it was the woman that came up with that word and coined that term, numerology. Although it was practiced way beyond that, the vibration and understanding the vibration of the numbers. But Julia was the one. And then her daughter wrote a book. There wasn't enough information with Julian. Julian didn't do enough. I didn't see enough writings by him. He didn't even produce a book. This Julia Staten that they're talking about. But Julia Seton, Julian Staten, Julia Seton. You can see the similarities with the name. Julia and Julian. Julia and Julian. Julia is the masculine and is the feminine. Julian is the masculine of the word. So once I seen that, I said, oh. Then I started seeing eights keep on showing up in her. And she died at 88. She was born in the year that adds up to the 8. She created the name, the word. She coined the word numerology in the year that added up to an 8. So I said, oh, you're the one, lady. You're the one. You're the one that have this. You are the one that founded this. That made me pinpoint and realize that this sister was on point. The sister was on point. And and they do have a picture of her somewhere. She's not a sister. She was more of a European or a mulatto or something like that. But she was adopted. She was an adopted woman, and she came and coined the word numerology. So y'all know, I just want y'all to know history. Just want y'all to know where it comes from. All right. A lot of people gives it to Pythagoras, but Pythagoras did not name it numerology, nor did the Chaldeans. They were speaking Greece and all that. They did not name it numerology. She was the one that coined it. They was calling it sound and music vibration and this and that and numbers vibration. They understood numbers and its studies, but the word wasn't coined until 1907 by Julia Seton. All right, look, I'm going to take a commercial break. I'll be back after this. Don't touch that dial. We're going to come with the lessons next. Lessons are coming up next. Do not touch that dial. You are watching the Numerovational and Spiritual Perspective of the quote, "You can't lose with the right attitude." We'll be back right after this.
Get ready. The 42nd International Reggae and World Music Award Show is coming to the Coral Springs Center for the Arts, Fort Lauderdale on Sunday, March 20, 2025. Celebrate the biggest names in reggae and world music as we bring nations together through music and culture. Early bird tickets are on sale now. Don't miss out. Grab yours today at thecentercs.com or irama.com and book your stay for an unforgettable weekend. Hurry, prices go up after Thanksgiving. Follow us on social media and visit our website, www.irawma.com, for more details. The 42nd Irama Show, where the world comes to celebrate music.
It's the Numerovational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And get my books on Amazon now. Yes. People, welcome back to the last portion of it. It is now 1 hour, 5 minutes in. We had 12:05 on the East Coast, 5 minutes after the top of the hour at the East Coast. Remember, please join my membership because tonight, I'll be talking to the members directly. The 11th of every month, I'll be doing this until probably June, I think. But definitely, I'm thinking about from February. I'm going to do February 11th, March 11th, April 11th. I'll be talking to my members only. So please join the membership. There's a join button right there at the bottom. All you have to do is press that join button. It's only $9.99 to join the membership. Yes, tonight I will be speaking to my members at 6 p.m. They can ask me questions wherever they want to go with the numbers and all that. If I know. If I don't, I say I'm studying because I'm always learning. All right. Boom. You're watching King Simon Presents Only Quality People. And remember, if you want to get my books for February's Melanin Month special, text 347-496-1022. Get a limited signed copies. You can get limited signed copies of my book. Only $36. I will be definitely mailing out a lot of my books this week because my books came late. So those that were at the 9 Ether God Fest wasn't able to get my book, so it's all good. Remember, Wednesday, we're going to be interviewing Abundance Child and John Carr, Keeping Family Business Alive. On Thursday, we are celebrating Dr. Delbert Blair's Born Day's cosmic return. Big up to him, keeping the Meta Center alive, legacy alive. And we're going to be speaking to the one, the only Brother Tony from the Meta Center 2 and Meta Center Chicago. That's going to be very important. And Dr. Philip Valentine and Brother Sabir Bey will be on my channel on February the 16th. That's going to be an interesting conversation from 7 to 9 p.m. And then on the 19th, we have the one, the only Dr. Alicia Kayer speaking on the magic of death money, ancestral money, all that good stuff. And of course, the Grammar of Numerovation is happening on the 22nd. Make sure you sign up. Go to my Linktree/King Simon, the Numerovator. Sign up. The link is right there at the top. Big up to Lloyd Strayhorn doing his power series, but he also have a workshop coming up called Learning the Art of Numerology as a Career. Also, I have this great brother coming in, the star, the lead actor and writer of Mosiah, a story based on the life of Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Samuel Lee Fudge will be with me on the closing Wednesday of February 26th of Melanin History Month. And big up to my moderators, the one, the only, Color Curiosity. Also, Dr. Shakira Moore. Remember her book, pre-order of her new book is coming out February the 15th. Adara Moselle. Make sure you go to adaramoselle.com and hit her up. She does free consultation, and she does the energy healing and negative energy removal. Big up to Paris Williams. You know how she gets down. Hit her up on Instagram, YouTube, and her website. If you want your mind right, contact hypnotherapist, hypnosiswithkendall.com, or the 1-800 number you see right there in the front. You want to lower your depression and all that stress, anxiety, and all that, contact KerryAnnIngram.com. That's KerryAnnIngram.com. Tell her that King Simon sent you. You want your taxes done, contact my brother for his taxes. Hit him up at DTR Taxes at that number right there you see, and just mention my name. He'll take care of you. Big up to my son, JB Services, Metro Atlanta and surrounding areas, car detailing, pressure wash, dumpster wash. Contact them at that number. Starting price is at $33. And my other son, who I spoke to today, we're about to finish up my audiobook, family. He was a little under the weather, but my son is back on point, getting ready to finish up my audiobook. It will be on all major platforms for you to purchase, because it's going to have musical background and pages and all that kind of stuff. We're doing what we got to do. Contact the number right there. And if you do want to book a session with me, text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. Okay. Are you ready for the lesson, family? Put the number 1 in the chat if you are ready for the lesson. If you are ready for the lesson, put the number 1 in the chat. If you are ready for the lesson, put the number 1. Yes. You know, if you are ready for the lesson, put the number 1 in the chat. Put the number 1 in the chat if you're ready for the lesson. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much, Color Curiosity. Thank you very much. Yeah, you can use Zelle, family. You can use Zelle. Join the membership. It's only $99, $9.99 per month. Join the membership. Tonight, we're going to be talking. We could talk. We can go anywhere we want with the numbers tonight. If I know, I know. If I don't know, I will leave it alone. Believe me. But more likely, most time, I know a lot of stuff about numbers. And usually my uploads and downloads comes when questions are thrown at me. So, all right. Let's go to the lessons, family. Of course, King Simon's notes. You can go to my Linktree. That's wrong. It's Linktree. That's the way. Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. The spiritual meaning of the quote, you can't lose with the right attitude. You can't lose with the right attitude. Let me put that right there. Now, this is an online. Anytime you see colorful colors like this, red and all that, that means I got this from online research. This quote emphasizes the power of mindset and spiritual alignment in determining the outcome of life's experiences. From a spiritual perspective, the right attitude is not just about positivity. It is about faith, perseverance, and alignment with divine flow. It's about faith, perseverance, and alignment with divine flow. Number 1, the power of perception creates reality. Spiritually, your attitude shapes your reality. If you approach life with faith, gratitude, and determination, even setbacks become lessons rather than losses. Even setbacks become lessons rather than losses. What appears as failure is often redirection towards something greater, proving that with the right attitude, you never truly lose, you learn and evolve. Let me say that last part again. With the right attitude, you never truly lose. You learn and you evolve. Everybody put the word evolve in the chat. Put the word evolve in the chat. You never lose. You evolve. Put the word evolve in the chat. Put the word evolve in the chat. That's very important that we learn to evolve. And I want everybody, I'm going to give y'all homework. I want everybody to go and study the physical and spiritual meaning of the word evolve. study the physical and spiritual meaning of the word evolve. I'm giving y'all homework. I don't care if you put it in Google. I don't care if you put it in Chat GPT. Go ahead and look up the spiritual meaning and physical meaning of the word evolve and then apply it to yourself, because we never truly lose. You learn and you evolve from what you went through, from whatever failure you might perceive that's a failure. Relationship, all of that. Business, all of that. Losing a job, all of that. Number 2, alignment with divine timing and purpose. The right attitude means trusting that everything happens for a reason, even when circumstances seem unfavorable. Spiritually, loss does not exist, only lessons. Woo, look at that. Loss does not exist, only lessons, growth, and divine redirection. When you align with this truth, you move forward with confidence, knowing that every experience is working for your highest good. Every experience is working for your highest good. So no matter what you're going through, whatever loss you may think you've gone through, whatever failure you may think you're going, every experience is working for your highest good. Number 3, strength and character and vibrational energy. The right attitude is high vibrational energy, a mindset rooted in love, faith, and perseverance. When you maintain a strong, positive vibration, you attract opportunities, solutions, and blessings that others may miss because they are focused on defeat. Let me say that part again. When you maintain a strong, positive vibration, you attract opportunities, solutions, and blessings that others may miss because they are focused on defeat. Before I go to the 4th one, let me say this to all of you out there. I remember listening to a pastor named Reverend A.R. Bernard. I was at the church. Everybody knows, if you're in Brooklyn, y'all know of CCC, the Christian Cultural Center. Big up to Reverend Bernard. He's born August the 10th. So he's the leader of that church. And he said something that made me go, because he's a teacher. He'll bring out the board. He'll bring out all of that. So I love his teaching acumen. I love how he teaches the Bible and get into a scripture. And I take information from everybody. I study all of them, reverends, rabbis, Islamic, Muslims, whatever. I study them all. But he said not about attitude. He said, man, it was right there. He said, sometimes you got to learn to manage your weaknesses and strengthen your strength. Manage your weaknesses and strengthen your strength. Everybody say, manage your weaknesses and strengthen your strength. Write that in the chat. Manage your weakness. Let's put manage your weakness. Put that in the chat. Manage your weaknesses. You got to manage your weaknesses. No matter what you're going through, no matter what the downfall you've been through, manage your weaknesses. And then, in turn, you strengthen your strength after. Manage your weaknesses. Write that in the chat. Manage your weaknesses. Manage your weakness or manage your weaknesses. Because we have to learn to do this. You have to train and guide your children on how to manage their weakness. Because sometimes your children want to go all off on people and get into arguments and disrespect their mother, disrespect their family. Manage your weaknesses and strengthen your strengths. A.R. Bernard said that. That is not mine. Give a man his due. Give a woman his due. If you hear something knowledgeable or hear something insightful from a pastor or a reverend or an imam or a teacher or whatever, give them their due. Manage your weaknesses and strengthen your strength. I like he said step in your strength, but he said strengthen your strength. That's what Pastor A.R. Bernard said. Manage your weaknesses and strengthen your strength. LaShawn, you heard me. That's right. We got to do this. Manage your weakness. Big up to Instagram. Way of the genie. Manage your weaknesses. Leo lady, manage your weaknesses. And yo, put it in ChatGPT and find out what are some of the how are some of the ways that you can. Because what I love about ChatGPT or Google, you can find different outlets and templates on how to manage your weakness that might be needed or formulated for you. Or you could write down all your little negatives and all that, and then start managing your negative and strengthen the strength of who you are. Write down, take a piece of paper and write down 10 weaknesses that you may have, or write down all the weaknesses that you may have, and then write down all the strengths next to it. And then you start to cross them out every day, cross them out every month, cross them out every week, whatever you got to do. That's when you know you're developing the right attitude, because you can't lose with the right attitude. Let's go back to the lesson. The fourth one, detachment from external outcomes. True spiritual confidence comes from understanding that your worth and success are not defined by external circumstances. The right attitude means you detach from fear of failure and trust in divine flow, allowing you to move boldly with purpose. Let me show y'all a book. Now I gotta show y'all books, right? Y'all know me and my books. Here's a good book. The Power of Positive Energy. The Power of Positive Energy by Tanaz Chubb. The Power of Positive Energy. Get books like this to maintain that positive vibration, that positive energy. And big up to my sister who wrote this book, Paris Williams. She wrote the book, Breaking Barriers, a guided journal for emotional and mental growth. Breaking Barriers. Make sure you go to her website. Make sure you go to her website and get the book. The website is on the bottom, www.pwcollections.com. Good book. Breaking Barriers. Breaking Barriers, a good book. And the books that I'm giving away, these two good books, these books are good too. The Epic of Humanity by Billy Carson and the Fractal Holographic Universe, The Matrix Code Reveal. And of course, my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability, a numerovational guide for recognizing mental instability and staying motivated. I make sure I want you to stay motivated within my book. That's why I give you the weakness and I give you the strengths. And all that I break down with these numbers, I got to give you the weakest points and the strength. And I got to show you that you could either be constructive, obstructive, destructive, or complacent. Because we know that comfort is an enemy of progress. Comfort is the enemy of progress. Go back to the lesson. The right attitude means you detach from fear of failure and trust in divine flow, allowing you to move boldly and with purpose. Some people get upset for the littlest things. Oh, I didn't get to do it. I didn't make the outcome. Oh my God. I don't understand. Why am I being, why I didn't do this and why I didn't do that. People go through stuff, and I understand why people go through stuff, and I understand why people go through stuff. But it's really important that you learn that you got to maintain the right attitude. Means you got to detach from the fear of failure. That's why the book, The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill, is such a good book. Go get that book, The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. You got to trust in the divine flow, allowing you to move boldly with purpose. Number five. Are y'all with me? Are you with me? If you're with me, put the number 1 in the chat. If you're with me, if y'all still with me, put the number 1 in the chat. If y'all still with me. If y'all still with me, put the number 1 in the chat. on the wings of love. Only the two of us together flying high. Flying high upon the wings of love. Listen to good music that keeps your attitude right. Don't listen to that ratchet music that's going. And if you do listen to the ratchet music, you got to work out to the ratchet. Look, they got gospel hip hop that you could work out to if you want to. They got gospel Islamic music if you want to, hip hop Muslim music if you want to work out to it. You got positive reggae music if you want to, dance hall music if you want to work out to it. But if you do have to work out to the ratchet, because then make sure you offset the amount of workout time that you're working out to ratchet and play more positive and productive music also to keep the mind right. Because some people are addicted to negativity. Let me say that right now from the back. Some people are addicted to negative energy, negative vibe, negative things. And those are the people you want to stay away from. I don't care if they're family. If you're my child and you negative, I stay away from your ass. If you're doing too much negative stuff and I'm not about that life, you can't come stay with me. You can't come live with me. You can't come around me. I will choose to come around you and say, hey, what's up? You all right? What you doing? Yeah, blah, blah. If you be my child. Because even with my own closest family members, I stayed away from them because they was either snorting or smoking too much or doing too much. I stay away from them because you got to create boundaries for yourself to protect your own mental stability, because you're talking and looking at a person that almost took his life 3 times. So I had to stay away and groom myself and develop myself to maintain a right attitude. So Reverend Ike said, you can't lose with the right attitude. You can't lose with the right attitude, baby. I'm still here. I prayed to the Creator that I'm still here. I prayed to my ancestors. I asked my ancestors that I should be here. Keep your right attitude. Maintain a right attitude. I don't care who is in your family. I don't care if you sleeping with if your husband and your wife, if they have a bad attitude, they say, hey, baby, look. I'm going on the couch. I can't do this right now because you might drain my energy in this bed, or talk it out. Go and meditate it out. Go and work it out. Speak it out. Breathe it out. Whatever y'all got to do before y'all go in that bed. Even if it's just going into your own respectable corner. Because sometimes men don't want to talk and women want to talk, and then you're trying to force a conversation and the conversation go totally left. To the point somebody's getting hurt, somebody getting beat up, somebody getting thrown out, whatever is happening. You got to pay attention to that, because I've been down that road. I've been down that road where I got thrown out of a woman's house. The woman come running down the street. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do. Okay. I was cool. I'll go where I got to go. I keep it moving. Hey, you throwing me out, boom, boom, because of this and that. Hey, okay, whoa. Get thrown out, especially when I was in my club life and doing the madness, doing too much. I was doing too much. And sometimes they do too much. And when you got 2 people doing too damn much, then it's too much ego and too much negative ego there. You got to leave it alone. Somebody got to leave, or it's going to get dangerous. You're living dangerously. I don't want to live dangerously. Big up to Barrington Levy and Bontequilla. You're living dangerously. I ain't got no time for that. Number 5, the law of attraction and manifestation. Energy attracts like energy. Let me say that part again. Energy attract like energy. Energy attract like energy. Come on now. Put that in the chat if you bear witness. Energy attracts like energy. Put it in the chat. This is call and response, baby. Energy attracts like energy. A winning attitude magnetizes winning opportunities. Winning attitude magnetizes winning opportunities. By focusing on solutions, possibilities, and self-belief, you naturally draw positive results into your experience. Come on now. Come on now. by focusing on solution. Again, let me say something about the word solution. Soul is right there as the starting point of the word soul. Solution. You got to put some soul in it. And your soul got to draw it, and it got to come out of you, this solution. Because this world, and I remember hearing A.R. Bernard saying this, he said, this world operates on solving problems and bringing solutions. I have the whole CD that he taught on this. I was just looking through my archives. I said, "Ooh, I'm glad I didn't throw that away. I'm glad I didn't lose that in storage, because I'm going to listen to it over again, because I was listening to A.R. Bernard over because I was attracted to that August 1st, that August 10th energy. And he made a lot of sense from his Christian perspective. I didn't join his church, but I understood, and I wanted to get the lesson, and I needed those lessons to move on, to maintain a right attitude, because you can't lose with a right attitude. And when he taught it with a right attitude. I love teaching church. I don't just love singing church and everybody singing, and then after you say a few quotes from the Bible, and that's it. Reverend Ike was a teacher. He was born June the 1st. A.R. Bernard was born August the 10th. That one freak, I'm born February 1st. So I naturally gravitated to these men with knowledge in the Christian church. I naturally gravitated to them. Go look them up. Even if you're Christian, Muslim, Hebrew, I don't care what you are, get the lesson and take those blessed lessons and add on to your armor to make you better, to keep your attitude right, because the right attitude helps you to maintain a higher altitude. The right attitude helps you to maintain a higher altitude. I don't care if you're young. I don't care if you're old. I don't care if you're vintage. I don't care if you're almost about to drop dead. The right attitude will keep you on a higher altitude. So even if you're getting ready to transition from one realm to another, at least you have the right attitude in your transitioning, so you can level up to the right altitude of where you're going or what you're stepping into. Man, stop playing with this. Stop playing with this. Stop playing. Big up to Abundance Child. Her and I used to call it the stop playing movement. Next, my final thoughts. After all of this, this is the final thoughts. I'm finished right here. This is it. My final thoughts. You can't lose with the right attitude. Means that when you approach life with faith, gratitude, and persistence, everything, even challenges, works in your favor. Let me say that part again. If you understand what I'm saying, please put the hearts in the chat. If you enjoyed what we taught today, please put the hearts in the chat, or circulate Super Chat or PayPal or Venmo or Zelle. Use the email for Zelle. If you really understood and this was really helpful to you, please circulate. And if you can't circulate, go and buy the books. Go and buy the books. Purchase the books. Purchase the books. And even I'm going to put in the chat. You can go to my Linktree. The Linktree is already in the chat. Or Color Curiosity or Holistica can put it in the chat. Go purchase the book. And also, another thing I want y'all to go purchase is the books that I recommend that can keep you motivated. I'm going to put that in the chat also. The books that I recommended that can keep you motivated, I'm going to put that in the chat also right now. These are the books that I recommend right now. I'm going to put it in the chat. Thank you very much, sweet mama. Thank you very much, sweet mama. Sweet mama's always been a sweet person. Sweet mama, did you come to the gathering? I mean, did you come to the 9 Ether God Fest, sweet mama? Put the number. Yeah. Let me know if you did you introduce yourself to me if you came to the 9 Ether, sweet mama. Did you come to the 9 Ether gathering, my dear? I'm talking to sweet mama. Sweet mama, did you come to the 9 Ether God Fest? Did you get to come to the 9 Ether God Fest out here in Georgia? And did you introduce yourself to me? I know I was busy. Yes, I know I wasn't able to make. Oh, okay. No, maybe next time. Okay, I see you say you wasn't able to make it. Because please, when you ever come out to an event, you make sure you say, "This is sweet mama." And I'll give you a sweet old hug. You know what I'm saying? Next time. I hope you come out next time, my dear. Come out next time and enjoy the magnitude of an event. I think Brother Rich is going to talk about it tonight. Okay, I'm sorry that you wasn't able to make it. Thank you very much, Washita Wellness Center. Washita Wellness Center. Big up to the Washita community, man. Enough respect to them, man. Big respect to them because they keeping their sovereignty alive. Big up to the Washita community also. So let me read this last part that I wrote. I wrote this all this morning because I woke up early in the morning, man, and I'll be going through some stuff in my dreams and all that. Like I told you, I had a dream of me and KT and his girlfriend was sitting down at an event, and we were supporting somebody that was doing a food event. So I don't know who's going to be producing a dining food event where we could do food tasting, but I know it's going to come out soon. And if you are a chef, you should do food tasting. You should do a food tasting event. Let people taste your food so people can judge what is good and what is not. I've been to at least 1 or 2 food tasting events, and they've had some good food. All right. Today is Kelly Rowland's birthday. Happy birthday, that beautiful Kelly Rowland. Today is her birthday. All right. You can't lose with the right attitude means that when you approach life with faith, gratitude, and persistence, everything, even challenges, work in your favor. The right attitude transforms setbacks into setups for successful comebacks. Les Brown used to say, every setback is a setup for a comeback. But I said, the right attitude transforms setbacks into setups for successful comebacks, ensuring that you never truly lose. Instead, you evolve into a higher version of yourself. I truly want all of you to evolve to a higher version of yourself. That's why I do what I do. That's why I have the membership that I put certain things I put out there, certain things I put in the membership. And more than likely, I might keep this one out here because I think many people need to see and get it from my perspective. There's many perspectives, and I respect all perspectives. And thank you for your time and greatness. I respect every perspective, believe me. But when it comes to this mathematics and you see the high frequency of the word, when you see the high frequency of these words, when you see the high frequencies of the word, every number frequency represents, you see master number 44, 22, you see 44, you see 29, which equals 11. You see high frequency energy around these words. Because words have sound, words, sound, and power. Words make sound that have power to them. That's why, back in the day, they used to say sticks and stones will break your bones, but names will never hurt you, or words will never hurt you. That's a goddamn lie. Words can hurt you. If you're disrespectful or destroying a child's mindset with the negative words, they will grow up that way if they don't get that. If they don't get cut off at the point that says, you know what, I can't do this. I can't listen to the negativity no more. I can't do all of this. I can't allow people to bring this negativity to me anymore. There's a point when you have to, because when I was a child, people used to dog me for this complexion as a little boy, to the point that at 8 years old, I thought about taking my life. And then when I went in the bathroom to do it in the dark and had the razor blade cutting into my skin, a barrage of voices in my head said, you can't do that. You're going to lose. You're going to miss your grandmother. You're going to miss your father. You're going to miss your mother. You're going to miss this person. You're going to miss that. It kept on in my head. And I put down the blade, threw it back in the cabinet, and ran into my room and cried at 8 years old. So you got to pay attention to your young people when they're going through this stuff. Some of us may drop the ball. I know certain parts of my life, I've dropped the ball with my own children. But they're still here to talk to, and when they're ready to talk, when they're ready to consult, when they're ready, I'll be here to listen. I'm ready to listen to them. And if I can give a little advice using their numbers, then I will, because I know all my children and grandchildren's numbers. So I can give them the positive advice. I can give them the right attitude that they need to take, but it's up to them at the end of the day to accept my advice and not be clouded by my past of chasing entertainment and not being a good father or being around them for a certain period of time. They got to accept that I went through my own challenges and my own problems and my own issue. I'm a better man now, but I'm not going to chase them to give them this information. I want them to gravitate to it. I want them to gravitate to it. So, family, on that note, I love you because I love me. I circulate my energy towards you because I believe that the energy and know that the energy is circulating back to me. That's why I love what Dr. B taught us to say. Dr. B always says currency is circulating back to me 1,000,000,000 folds or 1,000 folds. Currency is circulating back to me 1,000,000,000 folds or 1,000 folds. Say that when you give out energy to people, you want it to come back reciprocal. It has to be reciprocal. You can't just give, and nothing come back, whether it's monetary, whether it's support, whether it's whatever vibe, whatever energy, whatever prayer, whatever thing you're putting out there. Currency is energy. Energy is circulating back to me 1,000,000,000 folds, 1,000 folds, and more. I am blessed. I am blessed every day of my life. I am blessed. When I wake up in the morning, I realize I am blessed every day of my life. I am blessed. I am bliss. I am bliss every day of my life. I am bliss. When I wake up in the morning, I know my life is bliss every day of my life. I am bliss because I know God within me is working strong. I know the creative force within me is working strong to not only heal me from my past, but prepare me for the future. But I'm in the now. I'm in the now. That's right. Keep distance, heal you from away. It takes a small dose of falling in. Hey, big up to the Moorish paradigm, man, for teaching about helping to raise fallen humanity. Big up to Noble Drew Ali. Big up to the Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Big up to the Elijah Muhammad's, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's. Big up to the Fannie Lou Hamer. Big up to the Harriet Tubman. Big up to the Nzingas. Big up to the Dahomey tribe. Big up to everybody that raised humanity. Big up to all the women and the men that have raised humanity in some way, in their own way. And believe me, none of us are perfect. We all need to just do our best. That's what Les Brown used to say. Get that word perfect in this realm, get that out of your head. We're not perfect, but we could all strive to be and do our best to when we transition into that perfect energy again, then we will become perfect in align with the creative force of this universe. Family, thank you very much for enjoying. We at 1:41, we're at 12:41, 41 minutes after the hour, approximately 20 or 18 minutes before the top of the hour. Remember, you can't lose with the right attitude. I want to thank y'all for being a great participant. And those that are going to take my class, please sign up for the class. I'm going to go a little bit deeper as far as language, the grammar of numerovation. I got to talk about the grammar because sometimes clients come to me and they want to say soul urge, and they want to say expression number, they want to say divine, they want to say destiny number or life path. Yes, we're going to talk about that, but I want to make sure that whatever grammar you're using in numerovation, unlike numerology from a certain, I want you to go with numbers or go with words that motivate you. So if you don't want to say life path, you could say something definite, as long as everybody understands your grammar and what you're teaching and what your expression. If you don't want to say destiny number, if you don't want to say expressive number, if you don't want to say soul urge, you can choose the own words that's going to help you learn numerology easier. That's why when I say alignment number, when you add the month and the day, I created the word alignment. It was called achievement number from Kevin Avery and also Michael Brill. Those two older gentlemen, Kevin Avery is no longer with us, but Michael Brill said he learned from Kevin Avery. He said achievement number, and then older numerologists, when you add that month plus the day, they call it the pinnacle number, the first pinnacle of your life. So when I put the story together, the first pinnacle helps you to align yourself with the achievement that you came to achieve on this planet. See how I just gave you the grammar of it so you can know the story? So it was called the first pinnacle in older numerology. In the newer form of numerology with Kevin Avery, called the achievement number, and then it became alignment number from my perspective. But then I said the pinnacle, the first pinnacle, is supposed to set you up for your alignment so you can have the achievement. It's up to you what you want to do with it. That's the language. That's the grammar I'm trying to show you. That's the grammar and how to consciously articulate it into story form. It's a story you got to tell because that's how we remember, through stories. When people repeat stories over and over again, we remember through trauma, repetition, and we remember through these different things, and that's how we learn. Through symbolism, trauma, and repetition. So if you tell yourself the story of how your numbers are supposed to work, when I look at a whole numbers breakdown from the first number that I see to the second, to the third, to the fourth, then I could tell the story of what you're supposed to be doing along this quote unquote life path. That's how it works if you know how to tell the story, and then you constantly tell yourself the story so it can repetitiously be instilled in you. Because it's the grammar that you're speaking to yourself. It's the words, the sound, the power that you're speaking to yourself. So the grammar of numerovation and how to consciously articulate it. The last fly, I just said how to articulate it is in my spirit. When I woke up one morning, I said, you know what? Let me say consciously, because you have to consciously tell yourself the story so you can maintain the right attitude. And I'm going to break down the word grammar. I'm going to break down the word numerovation and why those particular words was needed to come together. I'm going to break down the word articulate. I'm going to break down the word consciously during that class. On that note, family, thank y'all very much for being patient with your brother. Be patient. And those that may have issues with me, be patient. I'm growing just like you're growing. Whether it's minor issues or you may have major issues, be patient. Be patient with your brother, because I am patient with you. That's why I provide these services. That's why I do numerovation. I got 10 minutes, I got 15 minutes, and I even got 30 minutes and 60-minute sessions. The 30-minute and 60-minute sessions, you talk to me. The 10 and the 15 minutes, you get to text me the questions, the 3 to 4 questions that you need answered within the pre-recording. But the 30-minute and the 60-minute, you get to talk to me directly. And with the 30-minute and 60-minute sessions, you can actually do a payment plan with that. You could pay down 1 payment, 2 payment, or 3 payments. But if you feel as right now you can't handle all of it, you can make a payment plan until you finish, and then we'll set up the session. That's how I work with it. I'm really easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. That's why I'm easy. Big up to my man, Lionel Richie. Easy like Sunday morning. Lead singer for the Commodores back in the day. You know, that's why I'm easy, girl. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Again, you got to text me. You got to text me, like I said. Text me your full name, date of birth, and email, and I will send you the details. Anybody saying how much and all that, text me your full name, date of birth, and email, like it says on this banner, and I will text you the details, because you need to read. Ikra, you need to read, and you need to see what I'm doing as far as trying to provide different sessions for you and different levels of different sessions. If you're not ready for a full session, then just do the 10-minute and the 15-minute pre-recordings. And I'll just answer direct questions, 3 to 4 direct questions that you give me. Just remember, numerology is not psychic. It pays attention to patterns, cycles, and sequences throughout your life, from your past, present, going into your possible future, on what you need to do to keep yourself in alignment. That's all you got to remember with me. Don't come and think I'm going, yo, I dreamt about my granddaddy, and he said, if you dreamt about your granddaddy, then you better pay attention to what he says, because your granddaddy's telling you something, and just pinpoint what it is. But if you tell me your granddaddy's birthday, I can tell you why he gave you that message, because the number's also connected to that. Again, oh man. But family, thank you very much for being the loving energy that you are. Again, remember, tomorrow I will remember my books. Signed, limited. I think I only have like 30 books, because the books wasn't delivered until the day after the 9 Ether God Fest. So that's me with the box of books right there. The box of books just came. If you need a signed copy, there it is, $36, and I will mail it out to you. All of that. Again, family, I will be giving away more of Billy Carson's books tomorrow. I'll be giving away this. Somebody just got these books. Somebody got the holographic fractal universe, and somebody got this. But tomorrow I'm giving away again. Tomorrow on the show, I might even give it away tonight. But you just have to pay for shipping and handling. That's all. Shipping and handling for those 2 books are $30, but it won't be signed, because Billy, you got to run into Billy to get it signed. It won't be signed. My book will be signed. Definitely, my books will be signed. All right. Again, join my membership. Tonight, I will be doing exclusive Q&A with my membership. Those that are part of my membership, I will be doing an exclusive Q&A with my membership. So please join the membership. It's only $9.99. Join the membership right now, so you can be a part of that tonight. You can come up on the cam up, and talk to me tonight from 6 to 7 p.m. I'm only going to be up there for an hour, because I might be doing Brother Rich's show after that around 9 o'clock. So I want to make sure I'm set up and rested for that. Abundance Child and John Carr will be with me on the 12th. Brother Tony from the Meta Center 2 will be with me on the 13th. Dr. Philip Valentine and Brother Sabir will be with me on the 16th. Dr. Alicia Kaye will be with me on the 19th. My class is happening on February 22nd. Lloyd's workshop is happening on the 25th. Don't forget, on the 26th, we have Samuel Lee Fudge, the lead actor and writer of Mosiah on Prime Videos. Make sure you're going to check that out. I'm definitely going to check this out before he comes on. I'm going to watch it before he comes on, so I can have some pointed questions for him. And please support my moderator, Color Curiosity. She was in there doing her thing. Also, Dr. Shakira Moore, she was in there doing her thing. Her new book is coming out soon. Make sure you join that. Adara Moselle, big up to AdaraMoselle.com. Paris William, pwcollection.com. Kendall Cobb, hypnosiswithkendall.com. Carrie Ann Ingram.com. Big up to her. Big up to DTR Taxes. Make sure you take care of your taxes and let him advise you in the best way you can. This brother is a mover and shaker. Support the brother. And don't forget, my son does car detailing, car pressure wash and dumpster wash. My other son, he does recording, audio books, poetry books, reggae, R&B, hip hop, whatever you want to do, Afro beats. He does that at his studio, Green Studio NYC. And if you want to book a session with me, text me your full name, date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. Get all my books on Amazon or through my Linktree / King Simon and Numerovator. Next book coming out will be the Numerovational Angles and Angel Number book. And the other book this year is coming out. The new children's book is coming out. Strive to live a positive life. Remember what Dr. B says. I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I'm thankful for my life. Remember what Dr. Blair used to say. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Rest in peace and power, Dr. Blair. Rest in peace and power, Dr. Neely Fuller. Rest in peace and power. Well, he don't like to be called doctor. Brother Neely Fuller. Rest in peace and power, Dr. Francis Cresswells. And rest in peace and power, to Dr. Africa, rest in peace and power, Dr. Sabi, Dr. Paul Goss, all of the greats that came before, Sister Burke, all of the greats, rest in peace and power. To all of our male and female ancestors that have done the work and had to go to the other side. Rest in peace and power. Everybody say Asheo in the chat. Put 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 Ashe in the chat. Put Ashe in the chat. Put Ashe in the chat. Put an Ashe on all our ancestors in the chat. Your ancestors, my ancestors. Put an Ashe in the chat right now. Put an Ashe in the chat. Put an Ashe in the chat for all of those ancestors that did the work. Did the work. They 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 did the work. Put an Ashe in that chat for them. They did the work. And when I transition, y'all put an Ashe on my name when I transition, because I did the work. Keep on doing the work. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's not going to be easy. It's not an easy road, but if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life and you'll never consider it hard. I've learned that the hard way. Take care, family. I love you because I love me. Take care. One love. Numerovation with King Simon. Text me now at 347-496-1022. You can also take my course if you want to, but do text me for your sessions at 347-496-1022. You can also get my books on Amazon at Linktr.ee/King Simon the Numerovator. Remember, you can book your session and get it done right now. 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. King Simon the Numerovator.
Get ready. The 42nd International Reggae and World Music Award Show is coming to the Coral Springs Center for the Arts, Fort Lauderdale on Sunday, March 20, 2025. Celebrate the biggest names in reggae and world music as we bring nations together through music and culture. Early bird tickets are on sale now. Don't miss out. Grab yours today at thecentercs.com or irama.com and book your stay for an unforgettable weekend. Hurry, prices go up after Thanksgiving. Follow us on social media and visit our website, www.irawma.com for more details. The 42nd Irama Show, where the world comes to celebrate music.
Because the numerals hold a frequency, and if you're willing to turn up that frequency, then that frequency can help to guide you and navigate you to a higher height that will allow you to spiral to be your best self. We must remember that.